In his professional campaign, he stands undefeated with 4 victories, no losses, and 3 of his victories coming by the fast way of knockout. Presenta un récord invicto, 4 victorias, 0 derrotas y 3 de esas victorias por la vía del knockout. De Fontana, California, Estados Unidos, Raymond Muratalla.
And you hear the crowd, a big crowd for Raymond Muratalla. Muratalla in the red and white, 4-0, 3 KOs out of Fontana, California. Trained by Tonio Diaz, managed by Joel Diaz out of Coachella. So he wants to open up some eyes against Guillaume Lorenzo, who took this fight a couple days ago.
And traveling all the way from France.
Yep.
I like that. That shows some desire. It's a fighter's instincts.
Muratalla sold a bunch of tickets, and you see those red T-shirts underneath the ring. Those
I
are
could
his
hear
friends.
them.
Yeah, they're loud.
You could hear them when his name was announced, and even when he was walking to the gym. I think a slight clash of heads right there, in this region, the Wild Card Boxing Club.
Yeah, the sparring a Wild Card might as well be a fight for everybody, especially when they don't know who you are.
It's got Lorenzo fight ready.
Muratalla slapping that jab.
I like the punch selection from Muratalla, who has a lot more than just 4 professional bouts. He's got the form of somebody who's got 10 or 12 bouts.
Muratalla, you heard the voice of Tonio Diaz. His dad is also his trainer. So Muratalla lives in Fontana, but they go out to Indio twice a week for the sparring. So from Fontana, Indio, about an hour and a half. And I was like, well, what gym do you train out of in Fontana? He's like, my backyard. He and his dad, they do all the work, but he said when you're in there, Coachella Boys and Girls Club with the Diaz brothers, he says it's completely different. He said by going in there, he was walking in, he was seeing Lucas Matisse.
I tell you, boys and girls watching this stream, who've just started watching boxing maybe in the last 10 years, go to YouTube and look up some fights with Tono and Tonio Diaz.
Because Diaz brothers out of Coachella, they've actually used Muratalla to spar with a Golden Boy prospect by the name of Oscar Duarte. That was one of the main sparring partners for Duarte's last couple of fights.
That's good work.
And he's also been sparring with MMA fighters TJ Dillashaw and Cub Swanson.
That's excellent work.
Joel uses them as he's their sparring, these guys that are making big fights. It's just more motivation. Doesn't talk much, does he? But he comes out there to fight.
You can tell he's a student of the game. He's very dialed in. Despite the brisk nature of this bout so far. And the green fighters would be rattled by Lorenzo because Lorenzo keeps coming at him. And Lorenzo has had moments in the second round. But the punch selection and the poise from Muratalla edges the round for me.
It's been switching back and forth between orthodox and southpaw. Blood from the nose of the Frenchman Lorenzo, done with 2. Raymond Muratalla in the red and white, nicknamed Danger, leads with that uppercut that Joel Diaz was telling him to throw. Body shot from Muratalla, hook from Muratalla.
That's a natural punch that left. He just
and
lets
that
it
right
go.
is a natural one as he drops the Frenchman Lorenzo. Overhand right, dropped him after a couple good body shots.
And I have to tell you, I am really impressed with Muratalla. I didn't know what to expect from him because only 4 pro fights, 3 by knockout.
Right, and he didn't want to fight in the club shows here in LA. He said that was even worse than the TJ experience. So he was able to get down there, turn pro. He said all he wanted to do was become a professional.
Get his feet wet.
Get his feet wet.
Yeah.
And he said after that.
And despite suffering a knockdown, Lorenzo is not discouraged.
Knockdown earlier in the round. Lorenzo's a tough dude, man.
He is.
He's happening 4th and final round.
Warriors boxing.
Raymond Danger Muratalla. That's why the nickname Danger. He said because in the amateurs, other gyms would call me dangerous against their best prospects.
Man, look at the leverage he gets on those crosses and hooks. Gets his hips in it. Got very good fundamentals, very good mechanics with his punches. You see how he's blocking punches as he's backing out for a second. Then he steps right back in. He's a good in-fighter. But, hey, man, Lorenzo
doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, Lorenzo is undeterred.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah, which would discourage a lot of young guys. And I'm seeing some blood on the face of Muratalla. And the Diaz brothers were kind of giving him a hard time between rounds, saying, hey, you've hurt him a number of times. But
yeah, they were telling him put the combinations and put the jab out there.
You know what? Lorenzo doesn't care if he's hurt or not. You know?
Fourth and final round, our opening bout, Raymond Muratalla, Guillaume Lorenzo.
Somebody noted that Muratalla keeps his left low. A lot of fighters do that.
Now he's going left-handed.
Yeah, from the southpaw stance, and we're seeing a nice straight left from that.
But he doesn't look awkward switching, does he?
No, he doesn't. He did that real naturally. Somebody thinks Blue can get the W if he fights smart?
You don't have
Counterpunch? No.
Doug, you don't have to read all the comments.
No, he's down.
We'll put him up there, but Doug, you don't have to read them all.
He's lost every he's been game.
One.
Listen, it's been competitive rounds,
yeah,
and it's been an entertaining fight. But Muratalla has won every round, the third round by a 10-8 margin.
Get him more experience, more quality sparring for Muratalla, and you can see that something could be there.
I like how he was turning Lorenzo there.
He also knows that Lorenzo's not going to have any kind of power with him. You can see the height advantage that Muratalla has. He's at this weight. This is where he fights at.
He looks really good. I can tell he's a good athlete, too.
Los Osos High School. They didn't play any other sports? Said, no, they wanted me to, but I was a boxer.
Well, he knew what his calling was. I like the combinations. He might be a little bit tired here in the final seconds of round 4.
It's hot at the Belasco, too.
It's hot.
It gets steamy in there.
But just the work rate that both of these young men have put forth during this 4-rounder, it's going to take something out of you.
Good, fun opening bout between Raymond Muratalla, Guillaume Lorenzo. Definitely want to see both of these guys again, especially Lorenzo, to see what he could look like at his own weight.
Después de 4 rounds de combate, nos vamos con las tarjetas de los jueces. After 4 rounds of boxing, we now go to the judges' scorecards. Los 3 jueces, 3 judges, Cristi Rosario, Fernando Villarreal y Jerry Cantú coinciden sus tarjetas 40-35. They have the same scores of 40-35. For your winner by the way of unanimous decision, su ganador por la vía de la decisión unánime,